Hi, I've been working for the last couple weeks on a book, an altered, well, really it's altered coffee filter book, and the reason that you're seeing all this colorful tissue paper on the table here is because this is for a swap that I'm in one of my art groups, and I'm going to be wrapping this book in this tissue paper when I send it off. But before I send it off, I wanted to do a walkthrough of the book. The first thing I'm going to do is just do a flip through of the pages so that you can see each page. Then, if you want to turn off the video and go do something else rather than listen to me talk about each page and how I made it, then you can stop the video at that point. The theme was an Oriental theme, and I will say that it was made out of, and let me find them here. I got them out. Whoops, coffee filters. And this is a size 4 coffee filter, and it fits down into the coffee pot, and then you put your coffee in there. It is sealed. I had unsealed this one, and I'll explain that later. But this entire book was constructed out of these coffee filters. So that explains its kind of triangular fan shape. It does have rings. You can't see them. It has some rings that I'd gotten at, I believe I got them at Office Max. I've had them for a while in my stash. So what I'm going to do, and also you'll see here, I have over on this side all these little pretty, these are things little blings that I got. I believe I got them at Michael's. I was going to put them in this book, but before I tied everything up, I had forgotten to do it. So as I flip through the pages, I'm going to insert these in here. So the book itself has eyelash yarn on it, and I do have a couple of silver charms in here. I have 3 of them, I believe. You kind of have to hunt for them. Here's one, which is a dragon, and then there are 2 birds. And then at each, it's got a tie here, and a tie here. This book grew, as everything that I do always grows fat. I don't know when to stop sometimes. I get to having so much fun. So this is the front cover. This, I will say that before I send this off, I'm going to give this a coating of glossy accents, which will give this geisha gal right here a very shiny appearance. I don't have that done. It's kind of like one of the last things I was going to do. But because the book grew so fat, I had to figure out a way to keep it closed, and I did that by putting ribbon ties here, in the center, and here. So I'm going to go ahead and, I'll flip over and show you the back. Here's the back, just kind of a repeat of the front. You can see the little charms that I have at each tie, and then this graphic and this graphic are off of Graphic 45's Bird Song. I got their sticker sheet. And that's where this comes from, and I am going to document it here, the name of the swap, the group that I'm in, who it's going to, who it's from, and the date. I haven't done that yet either. So I'm going to go ahead and untie this. It unties 3 places, just like that. And I'm not going to do a lot of talking about the pages first. I'm just going to do kind of a flip through so that anybody who wants to watch the flip through can watch it and then move on to something else. And then I'll come back and I'll talk about the pages. So here's page 1. 1 and 2, really. And I don't know if you're getting good light or bad light here. Good light, bad light. How is that? I couldn't work like this because I've got the light right in front of my nose, but page 1 and 2, I have the stickers there again. It has a tag here and a tag here on both sides, and then it does have little fan shapes in here that pull out of each page, like that. And I've got that inserts inside of the coffee filter itself. And then when I attached the graphic to the coffee filter, I left the top open so I could insert tags. So that's pages 1 and 2. Page 3 and 4. Oh, you know what I wanted to do was when I did this, let's see, I've got to count these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I've got just enough. I wanted to put little paper clips on here as I go through. And I hope I may be getting my hand in the way while I do this. Sorry about that. I'll bend this clip a little so I can get a better grip on it. I might go in and adjust that. And then this is a bobby pin with a little, I have 2 sizes here. I'm just going to stick that in there. That'll just add to the bulkiness of the book. And so this is page 3 and page 4. These graphics I pulled out of magazine type books. I go to a library sale and I always find interesting stuff, and I knew I was going to making a Japanese theme, and I really didn't have anything Japanese. But I found these books at the library sale, and so it was a good source of Oriental. Page 5 and 6 kind of has a mother-daughter child theme on it. Seven and 8 is kimono and a flower, and then I made these little kimonos, and then these are birdsong graphics, and I have the tags that come out, birdsong, graphic 45 birdsong on it, and then also the fans on both sides, and that's repeated in the entire book. I had to go in and adjust those before I send them out, but at least they're getting in there. I forgot what page this was. I think this is 9 and 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah. We'll call it 9 and 10. I could be wrong on that. And this theme was from a theatrical in that magazine. They had a theater, and of course she's got her kimonos on. Here's a little gold kimono that I made. 11 and 12. Here again the graphics, the kimono, the bird song, fans. I think I'll put this one over here this time. Seems to go easier on that side. So you get to see me put the finishing touches on here. I like these. They're very Oriental in nature. And these are masks. And I have another little handmade kimono up in here. The bobby pin on there. The paper clip. And here again, I don't know what page I'm on. The next page is, I'm going to put this down here. I think this is 13 and 14. Pages 13 and 14. Looks almost like a butterfly, doesn't it? Oh, and that's the end, and I've got 3 left. Maybe I'll just put that down there for fun. I'll keep these 2. Okay, so that is the end. Now, just for, see how thick that is? Now, I'll just do another quick walkthrough for you, because I was putting in those. So here's the front cover. I like these the mother and child themes. I think they're neat. Get the glare of the light off of it. Sorry if you get glare. Trying to prevent it. There, I guess you can see pretty good there. This is a very colorful page. What fun this was, and I got entirely consumed. Spent many, many hours in making this book when I thought, oh, I'm just going to do it up quick. Well, for me, there's no doing up quick because I don't do things up quick. I get involved. And here's another mother-child theme. So how much you can see this graphic. There's the mother here, and this is her baby here, and their mother's here, and she's got a big hat on. And of course, here's the mother, and she's actually putting a shoe on her little one here, which I thought was just darling. And then here's the back of the book again. So, I'll be wrapping this all up in this very colorful tissue paper and sending it off to my swap partner. I'm thinking if she doesn't want to tie it up, she can display it like this. And kind of, it doesn't fan out completely, but it does fan out, sort of. So, at this point, if you want to turn off the video and move on to something else, please feel free to do so. I won't stop you. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to talk about how I actually went about making these pages out of this very thin coffee filter. You know, this is made so that water can filter through the coffee and brew your coffee. So it's it's not a tissue paper, it's strong, but it's not strong enough to hold all of the punches and embellishments and all of that. What I did was I split it open like this. I have 10 pages here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And on each one of these, I split open the coffee filter. And then I have this set of tissue napkins that I bought at, whoops, did I bump the camera? I'm sorry. I purchased them at Tuesday morning. And I don't have them handy to show you, but they have a peacock design. And a white peacock, as you can see. And then sitting in there, and I arranged those. I could get 4 of them out of each tissue paper. Well, I have 2. This was 1 square, the tissue paper, and this was 1 square. So it worked really good on these pages. But I collaged, the first thing I did was collage tissue paper down, and then I had some other type of tissue paper that looked like this. I'm going to get it here. I'm reaching. That looked like this, that I had ordered some art supplies, and the vendor, the person that I ordered them from, always wraps their supplies up in tissue paper when they package things, and I just love it because I use that in my art, but don't tell them. So that's what this is, and you can see it dried a little bit darker, but that's okay because that's on the inside, and that sure is a lot more colorful than a brown coffee filter book. And because I used I like this Weld Bond glue, and when it dries strong, and it gives it a nice strong coat, and it's very flexible, and it's a very strong paper now. And it's so strong that I did not put eyelets in where I punched holes. So I was very happy with how that turned out. The graphics, now these I got from Graphic 45. I did not buy their entire bird song line, but I was able to get one of their sticker sheets, and you can see I've used several stickers off here. I still have some left. I have some borders left and a tab and that, but that's where these come from. These were a charm pack. I believe that they were Bead Landing, either Bead Landing or Blue Moon. I don't have the page here with me to tell me. They were probably Bead Landing because that's what everything else is. And I just picked them up, just went there and said, oh, these will be nice. And when I got them home, I realized that I had gotten lions and dragons, and it was very Oriental in theme, so they work really well on here. These these are earrings that I had in a jar. I got them at a flea market or an antique store or something. You know how you buy those jars of broken jewelry. And I go, wow, these really work nice. So I pried the backings off of them and glued them down here again with my trusty Weld Bond glue. So, and they just add that touch of red there on the front cover. And since I pulled this out, I'll pull it out and tell you what I did with this. I had one of these garden stakes that was botanical, I believe it was English lavender. I had grew some herbs a couple years ago, and I saved the little garden stakes. Well, I used that as a template to cut my fan shapes here. So I cut those out of the red, blue, and yellow cardstock paper, and then I started embellishing. I used the Martha Stewart punch to create this strip, and I cut and shaped it onto each one of these little fan shapes. And this background gold paper was actually a handmade paper, or a paper that I got at the World Market, where I believe that's what it's called, store. Got a big sheet of it about the size of this tissue paper for maybe not quite as large, for about $3. And here again I used the fan shape, which I'd cut a little bit smaller to fit on each one of these. I had in my stash, a lot of this is made from things in my stash, these little butterfly shaped brads that I got a couple years ago. I bought them to do something and never used them. Why, they came in handy this time because I made 10 of these fans. And then on the back, this blue came from a wallpaper sample book. I don't know if you can see how it's a light blue flowery type thing. And here again I used an oval punch to punch out. These happen to be the little masks out of that theater, whatever they were advertising. It's written in Oriental, it's either Japanese or Chinese, I can't read it. These flowers, here again, were done with a Martha Stewart punch, and I had gotten a shopping bag like this, and I used this shopping And so I got out my Martha Stewart flower punch and started punching. So now I have all of these that I can use in my junk journal. So this is how I create. So we'll put that aside. So there's things you pick up. Some things new, some things old. Here I have, this is either 7 Gypsies or Graphic 45. Not Graphic 45. I believe this is 7 Gypsies tape. It's not a washi tape, it's more of a cloth tape. And that is put over the back of this brad so that it'll keep it in place. So, and then up here I used this Michael's glitter glue. Of course, this was done in kind of like a bluish dots, and then back on here are the gold brownish dots, copper dots type that is on here. So that's how I made all the fans. So, and then they fit right in the pocket of the coffee filter in here. Well, actually, let me use this one because they fit right in there on the coffee filter. So there's page, the front cover. Now, coming into the book here, I started making all these little, I have not done origami until this week. And I went out on YouTube and looked at some videos and found some and was able to figure it out. And then I used this graphics from, as you can see as you unfold this, you can see it's like a landscape theme. And this one was another landscape. This was a gold. So it's very colorful. Here's a flower and fauna one. So they worked up really nice. I was really happy with them. The graphics here I pulled out of those books that I got at the library sale. Beautiful graphics. In a way it was hard to cut them, but I said I'll never use them. The books were like $1 a piece, something like that, and I thought they'll get more enjoyment in here than they would sitting on some dusty shelf. So my graphics I cut into a shape, a fan shape, and I was originally going to cover the entire page, and I had done that, but then I didn't like it, and I started using these, and I said, well, if I use the entire page on here, I'm going to cover up the beauty of the napkin, which I did on the inside pages anyway, but you can see them on the outside, on the covers. So, I mean, it's beauty covered by beauty, what can I say? And I did leave, when I glued the page down to the coffee filter, I glued here, here, and here, and left the top open, so it left a place to leave tags. Now the tags were purchase tags. You can get them at the dollar bin at Michael's, and then I put a little bird song off of the sticker sheet and then painted a little glitter glue around them. Glue stays on around the edges. But it's just a little something to fit inside. Here's a kimono, and now I have my little bobby pins in there, little bird song graphic. I just love this one because it's children out playing with their teacher or their mother. Just very playful page. Now the next page, all these pages were constructed in the same manner. The birdsong graphics, the fan, I made 10 of these fans, 10 of them. So it took me some time to get this done. I've been concentrating on this book for, well, 2 solid weeks maybe, and then another week where I was just getting started on it. So maybe did not concentrate on it as much. Here again is another little kimono made out of there's daffodils or some sort of oriental flowers, and it was a landscape theme, and boy, but it made a pretty kimono. The pin, the bird song, and then the flowered paper in the background. I was going to outline these inners with dark black because I tend to do that. I like that, but on this one I thought, no, I'm just going to leave them. And so, and here's again the mother-child theme, which this may be sister and brother here, but I like this theme running throughout the books, and every time I saw a picture like that, I saved it. not glare, let it glare for you. Kimono, and then the kimono repeats over here. I did not put anything in there. I just kind of left it so you could see the kimono style. Little birdsong graphic, the little paper clips. I don't know how these are going to, I might have to put a staple in there to keep them. Think about that before I send it off. I don't want them falling out though. Very thick paper. Very, that's only one page, but I've got a kimono here and I've got a kimono there, so it's a very thick page. These are the, this was from that theater. I couldn't read I can't read the language, but it was obvious that they were, see, they're in their masks, and it was obvious that it was a theater. And then I have a little gold kimono with a blue ribbon, a little jewel bobby pin, birdsong graphic, and even though I've got all this eyelet yarn coming down here, these pages flip very nice, so I'm happy with that. Here, the tags are, I did not embellish the back of the tags, and I just thought, well, maybe they'll want to write something on them. Left a little something for my swap partner to do in this book, if they so desire. Another tag here. The masks. And the masks larger on this page. And I like how the glitter shows through, the lacy throat shows through here, and then the dark flowers show through here, and then the glitter on both sides just adds that touch of Oriental flavor to the book. This is a horse, and you can't see it very well, but there's a lady on there, and I put a dot in there because that lady is scantily clothed. So she got a birdsong embellishment on her bod. So there's a little bobby pin there, and then the tag, and the fan. Another Oriental. I believe this was an Oriental calendar or some sort of a day book. I'm not real sure, but all the graphics in there were a sepia yellowish brown color, and I wanted more color in my book, so I did not use a lot of those. It fit on this page with this very fiery horse picture. And then there's a horse over here. Graphics. And here we're at the last page again, which is the mother-child theme. And this is her hat. Coming across here is her hat. Her face is here, and then the baby is right there. A little kimono that I made there. And another mother-child theme on this side with the mother here. She's putting the little shoe on her baby, her little one, little Oriental fan. These are birdsong stickers from Graphic 45. And then, of course, I got my little charms hanging off. And this fan needs to be fanned out. Where's the red? There we go. So, and then we're to the back cover again, which has here's this ribbon. It says I buy things on sale when I see them, when I think, oh, I might have a use for it, but I don't know what. Well, here was my use. I wanted some colorful ribbon, and there it was in my top drawer. Another earring. I did not have the matching one on that. It was probably in that jar of broken jewelry. But a very Oriental in style. And then the birdsong label where I'm going to document it. And then this. So the book ties up like, let me get all of this out of the way. I think probably tie the center one first. This kind of just tied in a bow tie, like so, and then the two side ones. I like all the little ribbon bits and bobs. I think they just add a lot of Oriental touches to the book itself. So this is how it closes. I don't know when I'm going to put this YouTube video up. It's April of 2013. So the person who gets this may have to figure this out on their own. But there it is. And if she wants to display it closed, she can display it just like that. So I hope she likes it. I hope she enjoys it. I had fun making it. And it's going to go off into tomorrow's mail. I have another swap that I need to work on. I'm working on a 4x4, which is a secret garden theme. So, and I have an ATC to make. So the rest of my day is going to be spent doing art, which is one of my favorite things to do. I hope you enjoyed the flip through of the video, and stay tuned, and I hope to be showing you more. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe to my channel, and we'll see you in the next video. Goodbye for now.